Etsy have made changes again. I have thoughts about this, and you might have to actually change how you make your listings on Etsy if this is something relevant or important to you. So let's go into this. So Etsy just made another announcement to how things are going to be happening on Etsy. Some of you are going to think this is great. Some of you are going to think this is terrible. Check in the comments below when this video's been up for a while and you'll get an idea of the lay of the land. But for now, let us dive right in and see what it is that Etsy's done, what they're talking about. So, this is a post on the Etsy forums by Fido's Flowers. She's a community manager that often puts up new posts like this, so it's worth keeping an eye on. And this was just posted yesterday. New shoppers can find and purchase Etsy listings directly on Google. Etsy brings in a built-in audience of nearly 90 million shoppers. Earlier this year, we told you we'd be focusing on growing our community of buyers even more. Today, we're excited to announce a new way for shoppers to find and purchase your listings on Google. So far, so good. How it works. Etsy promotes your listings on Google through off-site ads. This has been a thing for a while to help you reach shoppers when they're browsing search results. There are two places your listings can appear. Paid ad placements. Etsy pays to advertise your listings in these spots. You'll see these on Google. We'll go into this in a second, but it has to say ad on it whenever you see something anywhere that is a paid placement. So Etsy covers the upfront cost of these ads, and you pay an offsite ads fee when you make a sale. Free product listings. Shoppers can also browse and discover your listings through Google Shopping and on other pages on Google. You don't pay anything when your listings appear in these placements, and there's no offsite ads fees when you make a sale. Now, this sounds this is just our listings being in Google search by the sounds of it. This is a thing. It's been there. If you search Google, you might see them. If you go search Google and go into Google Shopping, Etsy listings appear there, ads and not paid placements. So this is all normal. Now, when shoppers discover Etsy listings in free product listings, they can check out directly on Google via partner checkout. This means it's even easier for shoppers to complete their purchase when they find one of your amazing items. Plus, it can help you reach a new audience of shoppers on Google. Okay, just bear with me. I know there's a few angries happening. Let's get the rest of the announcement out of the way first of all before I say my feels here. There's nothing you need to do, and it's totally free. What do you need to do? Nothing. Listings from shops in the United States that use off-site ads and meet the eligibility requirements may be featured in these placements. So only listings that are using Etsy off-site ads. This is interesting. I'm not assuming, I don't know, but I don't think you need to be using, I don't think it would be legal for you need to be using Etsy off-site ads, Google ads, for you to be able to be seen in organic search. So I'm assuming this will just be the button to check out directly from Google. You have to be using off-site ads. So potentially, I suppose, Etsy might have to submit these listings to Google, and it's saying that meet eligibility requirements. This could be Google eligibility or it could be Etsy eligibility, because I have spotted some things here. So we'll talk about that. And it's only for shops in the United States at the moment, so I can't look into it and show you. Your listing details, including images, price, shipping information, and policies, will be displayed on Google. Did I not say when they're shifting our policies into the listing rather than the shop, this is for this kind of thing? Yeah. When a shopper purchases one of your listings through Google, it will appear on your orders on Etsy. You won't pay off-site ads fees on those sales. So this, let's finish the reading and then we'll do the talking. How it works for buyers. This new feature gives shoppers one more option for buying your items. They can check out via partner checkout while they're browsing Google or visit your listings on Etsy. When they check out on Google, they'll get a Google confirmation email in addition to Etsy's confirmation shipping emails. We're excited to offer this new opportunity to connect with shoppers. We'll be working to make this option available for even more shops and listings soon. So it's only the US just now. Right, so a few things. Firstly, some of you will be like, what on earth even is this, Pam? Well, about a year ago, Etsy announced they were making a change to the API. This is the interface that third-party can connect with Etsy with. And they were going to make a change to this so that people would be able to buy directly from a page. So we had a heads up that this was going to happen. And then fairly recently, Etsy have started adding this onto the Etsy search page. You've probably seen this if you shop in other sites where you search for something and in the search page you can add it to the cart rather than have to go to the listing. So Etsy has this, and if we have a look, I did a quick search for Etsy earlier and you will see that for certain listings there's a little add to basket button. Yeah, that's kind of confusing. I thought the add to basket button was below the listing, but it's above and below the... Why is there 3 add to basket? Okay, I don't understand that. So, but yes, clearly that add to basket button is relevant for that listing and that one's relevant for that listing. Anyway, so you do a search for something. I did a random search for fairy, and these are not ads. Are they on the ads as well? Those don't look like ads, but Etsy's popular now. Yeah, they're not ads. Anyway, so you've got the add to basket button on some of these listings. Now here's my thinking. Well, I looked into this and the ones that have add to basket are listings that don't have variations. What you see is what you buy. So the ones that don't have them, this would be when you go in, sorry, whatever shop this is, when you go into the shop, yes, we have some options for adding a name, personalizations and stuff. So they're more complicated listings. So on Etsy already we have the ability, that's a weird one, because I would say there's variations on that. Yes, hang on, am I looking at the wrong place for the add to basket? Yeah, that's right. I'm not sure which add to basket that is adding to the basket. I don't want to click on it. But anyway, it does look like the simpler listings. Well, I'm sorry, I will take this out. Let's see what we're adding to the basket. Oh, so you must choose an option for color. Okay, so yes, it's not everybody. So I've not added it to the basket. Let's remove that anyway. Sorry, whoever that was. But in general, okay, that's the first one I've seen like that. But in general, simpler listings have the add to basket button. But yeah, that is annoyingly confusing that there's so many add to basket. Maybe my internet's glitching. But anyway, so my thinking, if you make it too complicated that you're not getting an add to basket button, this is so random where they are. Yeah. So if you don't have an add to basket button, customers might get confused and think they can't buy, or there's something wrong with the listing. If you've got this listing and then this listing that has an add to basket button, you might click the add to basket one more likely. Anyway, so that is something that we've already got on Etsy. It has been for a little time. And I think it's definitely worth checking with your listings if you have the add to basket button. We spoke about this with the change in the policies and everything. Make sure your listings are really clear, and what is in your first photograph is what people are getting. What is in your title is what people are getting. And I'm going to say, think about making your listings as simple as possible, not 20 different variations and stuff, because people are just basically now going to be I searched fairy here, see the walnut shell, add to basket, and they are going to expect to get that. So for Google, This hasn't gone live yet, as far as I know, and I'm not in the US, so I can't show you it even if it had. So if you are in the US, if you could check and have a look anyway. But if you search for something in Google, I search for needle felted dog because I know that we will see some Etsy listings with that. So the first thing we see is ads, and it has to say these are ads. This is Etsy Pay, well, Etsy and Amazon paying for Google offsite ads. So anything you see there, and if people buy that, then the seller has to pay, but they have to have opted in, or no, everybody's automatically opted into offsite ads. They have to not have opted out from offsite ads. So that's what we've got just now. And you might see, yes, you'll see some links to Etsy with, oh, there's me. Hey. You'll see some links to Etsy and places where they can buy things and all sorts of things on the main page. But there also is, if you haven't noticed, when you're on Google, you can search for things and then say, oh no, I was wanting to buy stuff, so I'll go to the shopping tab. And again, the top, this is ads again, but all the rest of this isn't ads. But we can see some Etsy things, and you can buy from different websites and things. But Etsy is planning to change this, so there will be the add to cart, well, the buy it now button directly from here. Now, I think because I'm not seeing any other buy it now buttons from any of the other places, like eBay's not offering it or whatever, I think this will make our items stand out. This could be kind of cool. I know it's going to be a pain as well, but it could be kind of cool in that it'll make it easier for people to buy. So make sure your listings are easy for people to understand what they're buying. But yes, so that's going to be changed coming up imminently. I'm guessing, right, there's nothing more to see here, so let's come to me. I'm guessing it's at the end of this month that the listing policies come into place. So your shop won't have policies anymore, your individual listings will have, and they'll have the simplified policies. That comes in at the end of the month. So I'm guessing these things it's either going to come in at the end of the month, or if this is starting sooner, only listings that have the simplified policy will be eligible. And so what I'm going to say is, if you want to not opt out of this, make sure you're for Google offsite well, you're on Etsy for offsite ads if you're interested in this, but bear in mind this means you could also sell through offsite ads, which is going to cost you money. But if you're seen in the Google shopping in the not ads bit, it's not going to cost you money. But for some reason the offsite ads have to be turned on for you to be able to show there, according to what we've just read. So make sure that your listings are simple enough that you do have the buy it now button on Etsy if you want to be seen for this. Make sure you do have some wiggle room in your price in case people buy through offsite ads. Make sure your listings are simple enough that customers know exactly what they're buying when they click from that search thing. But I do think for some listings and some shops and some buyers, this is going to be a kind of positive thing. It's going to make your shop stand out as being easier to buy from. It's going to make Etsy listings on Google stand out as being easier to buy from. And everything that makes it a little bit easier makes the customer more likely to buy. So we could stand out in a good way. I know there's going to be, of course, there's going to be problems with this. There is going to be problems with customers not understanding what they're buying, not necessarily even understanding where they're buying from, because they're buying from Google. So they don't, not only do they not have an Etsy account, they've never even been on Etsy, and suddenly they're buying from Etsy. So this is going to have some teething trouble. There's no doubt about that. So just be prepared, make your listings as simple to understand as possible. By the sounds of it, if you really hate the idea of this, you could switch off offsite ads. That is an option that is available to everyone apart from the bigger shops, I'm afraid. So I'm not laughing because I'm laughing at you. I'm nervously laughing, thinking of the complaints that are going to be coming in. And that's only to me. I'm not in control of this. Etsy must be getting tons of complaints. But look, anyway, this is just my thoughts on this. I just saw it just now. It's a Saturday. I shouldn't be making Etsy videos today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Ask me any questions. I will try and figure out more of what's going on. And if there's any more updates, I will make another video. So don't forget to hit subscribe so that you find out when I find out anything new about this. Anyway, have a marvelous weekend. Don't let Etsy wind you up too much. It's not necessarily a terrible thing. Right, bye.